All right, we have a message of the hyena playing dead. It is a message around, it's like there are things that you would like to do, but you're not doing them. Playing dead is that you're not taking the actions towards them. It's like, for example, let's say you were like, I really need to get into shape and I really need to get to the gym, but you're not getting to the gym. But you're not actually getting to that point. You're not doing it. So playing dead is about you acknowledging that you can take the actions and taking the actions towards those things that you like. It doesn't have to be the gym. It was just a random example. It could be you want to start an art course. It could be you want to start a business. It could be anything. But the point is that without taking the action towards it, it's never going to be created. Yes, it's in your mind. And the universe is there waiting for you to take action, so it's able to bring the things that you would require to create more. But it can't until you take the actions towards it. Your actions create the understanding to the universe that this is what you really want. It is difficult mentally to start taking action against something you're resistant to. It's like, why are you not taking action? You're not taking action because it's something new to you. You're not taking some action because you're uncomfortable with it. You're not used to it. It's not a habit. But the only way it can become a habit and the only way you can get used to it is by taking the action. So it's like, no matter how much your voice speaks to you, telling you, you should not do this, your choice should be what benefits you, not what holds you back. When you don't move towards the action, you're sticking to your comfort zone. You're sticking to what you know already. But you can't learn and grow from what you know already. There has to be this step that you take. The mental barrier is just simply moving beyond it. How do you overcome it? By ignoring it, by doing it. It sounds so simple. And yes, your mind will fight you all the way. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that, it's like we have two voices now. That's like, oh yeah, I'll go tomorrow. Yeah, I really want to do it, but there's always tomorrow. I can go tomorrow. Let me just have a rest for today. I'll go tomorrow. And then there's the other voice that is like, come on, let's go. We'll really enjoy this. We'll get really good feeling out of this. It will feel really good. Yeah, but nah, I'll go tomorrow. I'll go tomorrow. I'll go tomorrow. And there's always tomorrow. But what happens if there's not tomorrow? You don't know if there's tomorrow. Take the action that you're being advised to take. One of the things that I've done to help myself with this particular thing is fasting. That's one of the reasons that I do fasting. It is actually the biggest reason I do fasting. It's one of the biggest reasons I fast. The first time I fasted, my mind constantly told me to eat. I did a 3-day water fast. Eat. Bridget, you're hungry. Bridget, go and get this from the fridge. Bridget, go and do this. Bridget, you know we've got chocolate in the fridge. Bridget, come on, Bridget, come on. And it didn't stop talking to me. And what I did was I ignored it. And it made me aware of how much our voice talks, that voice that tells you to do something that you don't want to do, something that you're wanting to do the opposite of it. You're wanting to create something different in your world. So for me, it was to be healthier, to not just listen to my mind, but to be healthier in what I'm listening to. So it kept telling me, go and do this, go and do this. And because I was fasting, I couldn't do it unless I broke the fast. And then breaking the fast is like, what was the point of doing it if I'm just going to break it at the first hurdle? That doesn't make sense to me. We have to challenge ourselves. We have to commit to what it is that you're putting forward. That determination, resilience, willpower has to be there. So every time my mind told me to go and do it, it was like, yeah, no. In 3 days' time, I can go and eat whatever I want. But at this moment, I am not doing that. And it made me realize how much the mind speaks. It does not stop speaking. The second day it spoke a little bit less, and by the third day it was like I knew I was going to eat the day after, so it was like irrelevant. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. I'm almost at the end. There's no way I'm giving up now. And I've done the water fast in the last 2 months. I've done it twice. I did it from the 15th to the 18th of February, and then I did it again from the 15th to the 18th of March. And the reason I do it, like I said, is because of the mental strength that it provides. Your mind will always tell you what you can't do, that this is not right for you. And it's all the ego version of yourself. It's all the version of yourself that doesn't want to grow. The ego version of yourself is the part that it's so identified with who it is. Everything that you do is a subconscious thing. It's habit upon habit upon habit. Habits are subconscious things, no? You brush your teeth, you don't know that you've brushed your teeth. Did I brush my teeth or was I thinking it? Did I have that cup of tea or was I thinking it? It's something that you're so used to doing that sometimes you're not even aware that you're doing it. So it's about you moving beyond that version of yourself. The ego will not make it easy for you to do that. But it's about your resilience within yourself. What is it that you're walking towards? Do you want to remain the same person that you are, or do you want to become someone different? Do you want to feel more powerful within yourself, more empowered? Or do you want to remain as you are? And it's about making those choices, because everything is a choice. Everything is a choice, and we can choose to do what we've always done, or we can make the choice to do something different. When you first make that choice to do something different, it will feel hard. It will feel like a struggle to do it every day as well. But it's about doing it every day, even if you don't want to, so that you create that new habit. Then you've got a new default. That's where you'll be working from. The mind makes things difficult because it's a habit for you to think the way that you think. It's a habit to talk yourself out of it. One of the other things that I did, I like doing exercises. So what I was doing initially was I would go to work, and then from work, then I would go to the gym. But most of the time I wasn't getting to the gym. Why wasn't I getting to the gym? Because the whole day I had to talk myself out of going to the gym. So eventually what I did was I would just wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, put my gym stuff on, get to the gym, do my exercises, and then I have my shower and stuff at the gym, and then go to work straight after going to the gym. I didn't have time to talk myself out of it. As soon as I woke up, it was like, get out of bed and go. There was no time of another 5 minutes, another 10 minutes, and let me just rest for a little while. Not today. Before I'd even had a chance to start talking myself out of something, I would go and do it. And that's kind of how it is when you first start doing something. You have to just do it. When your mind tells you to do it, so that you don't have that chance to talk yourself out of it. It's not necessarily separating yourself from your ego. It's just understanding that this is what your ego thinks, and you either agree with it or you disagree with it. You either want something more for yourself or you don't. It's understanding this is how the ego behaves, and you have a choice to either behave how your ego, your subconscious, your habits will dictate for you to behave, or you choose to do something different to create change in your world. So either you remain in the same kind of world, thinking the same, feeling the same kind of emotions, attracting the same things, or you want more for your world, and by creating more you have to do something different to what you've done. So it's not necessarily separating yourself from your ego. The way I think of it is using your ego as the tool to be able to do it. Because if my ego is telling me not to do something, why is it telling me not to do something? It's because it wants to remain the same. So do I really want to remain the same as this, or do I want that change? Depending on how important it is to me, I will move towards the change. Obviously, you can't do that with everything. The exercise I can do straight away first thing in the morning, so I can't talk myself out of it. Obviously, there are some things that you can't do first thing in the morning, and you do have to go through that process of your mind telling you it's all right, you're too tired, just go home and rest, just go and relax on the sofa, just go and eat and you'll be all right, you don't have to do it today. There will be some things that your mind does do that with. Or you want to eat healthier and you're like, yeah, well, it's just this one chocolate, it's just this one cake. Or you want to give up coffee and not drink as much of coffee, then this one's not going to make a difference to it. I'll do the rest tomorrow, I'll start tomorrow. It could be anything. Your mind will always tell you something to create you moving towards that, and you have to have that determination with the new you, who you're moving to become, not the old you of who you've been, which is where your mind is working from. But do you want to remain that person, or do you want to become this newer version of yourself? And the only way to become that newer version of yourself is to take different actions, to make different choices. We have the name Marcus, someone from your past popping up. So we have Playing Dead, which is about you taking actions, not just stopping yourself from doing things that would create change in your world, but taking action. And then we have someone from your past popping up. The name Marcus doesn't represent somebody from your past called Marcus is going to pop up. No. The name Marcus simply represents for me that there is someone from your past that is going to pop up. Not just they're popping up, but there's going to be something quite significant to them popping up into your world. This is interesting. We have Michael Jackson, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. This is quite interesting. I'm going to open the other ones because this is like, you guys are healers. As a whole, this message tells me that you guys that are in here at this moment are on a spiritual path. You are healers. You have come on a mission to heal the world. What it tells me, Playing Dead with the number 7, it's an interesting one because it tells me you're taking actions. But the actions that you're taking are fearful actions. It's like, why is this not working? When is this going to work? I've done everything that I can do and this is still not working, whichever area this is for you. There's something that you have put energy and effort into, but you're not seeing the results of it. You're not seeing the manifestation of it, the tangible. You're not seeing it. So it's like, what else do I have to do? When is it going to come? Why is it not coming yet? How is this going to happen? But I don't have enough money, but I don't have this. And when is this going to come? Who is going to bring it? Why is it not here yet? It's a lot of doubts, worries. Frustration is the biggest feeling of the 7. The message for the 7 is perseverance and patience. So that Playing Dead, it's like you've put all of this energy into what it is that you're doing, and now with frustration it's a fed up feeling. Even if you're still putting energy into the action, because of the energy that you're putting into the action, which is coming from fearful, it's from a low frequency, it's from doubt. Doubt is a low frequency. Frustration is a low frequency. It's from this place of not believing that what you're creating is yours already. Not believing that the action that you put in will create something different. So although you're putting the energy into it, it is from this fearful place, which comes across as Playing Dead to the universe, because the energy that you're putting in is no different to the lower frequency of what you have been putting in. Someone from your past popping up. I'm feeling like this someone from your past popping up is someone that's connected to this healing energy, this heal the world energy. Someone from your past. Let's say, for example, you wanted to do a Reiki course. I'm just giving you a random example. You wanted to do a Reiki course, but you've been putting it off. But then you meet someone from your past that is a Reiki master, or they have practiced it and they tell you all about it and you feel inspired, and then you go and take that action. I feel that it's somebody from your past that's going to come and kind of inspire you, to push you to move towards what it is that you're working on, but from an inspired action, not from fearful action. The 1 and the 8, 1 and the 8, 18. The 1 and the 8, the 1 is ego self for me. So it tells me that there is part of yourself that you're dealing with within your ego. The part of yourself that you're dealing with within your ego is definitely going to be attached to lack. The 8 is a message of universally inspired changes. It tells me that what you have been working on, you see you have 7 and 8. I know this is 18, but it has an 8. So you have 7 and 8. It tells me what you have been working on is yours already. The universe has already conspired and made it there on your path. But you're in low frequency. What the universe has created for you is in higher frequency. So when you move yourself to higher frequency and you remain there for enough time, the universe, you'll see the tangible. But if you're here and your manifestation is here, you're not actually able to receive it. You're not connecting to it. You're not in alignment with it. So it's about you getting into alignment with your higher self, with the actions in inspired action, and trusting that what you're putting your work into will create the fruition. You'll be able to hold it in your hand, and not just hold it in your hand, but 1/8 is a 9. 9 is about opportunity. So you'll be able to hold it in your hand, and not just hold it in your hand, but you'll be able to there will be opportunities that come from it. I'll use the Reiki example again. So let's say you wanted to be a healer, but you've been putting it off. You've been putting action into it. Like, let's say, for example, you were finding out, let's say the action was to find out about different Reiki people, but you haven't actually registered to go to one. So the action is that 7 is an action. You were putting the energy into finding someone, but you wasn't actually going to do it. The 8 is the manifestation of it. So there would have to be you making the appointment to get to it, or meeting somebody that talks about it and they'd guide you to it. However it works, it would always be you actually doing the action. So that would be the 8. Now you've done the course, what opportunities come from the course? Healing yourself, helping others to heal themselves, becoming a master yourself. There are lots of opportunities that can come through it. Learning different ways of being able to heal. There are lots of different, it expands in all kinds of ways. Now, the thing that's stopping you here is that playing dead, which is the ego self. So it's overcoming that ego self. The ego self with playing dead, it could be a mixture of them, because the ego self for me is the ace, if in a standard deck of cards, is the ace, the 10, the jack, the queen, the king, and the joker. It could be because you're fearful of failure and rejection. It could be because you're insecure. It could be because you're so used to being the version of yourself that you are, that you're talking yourself out of becoming this newer version, which would be the ace. It could be that with the king energy, it's about sharing, but you don't trust yourself to be able to share yourself, so you hide instead. It could be any of those reasons. It could be because you're quite controlling, the joker energy. You're quite controlling and you don't feel that you would have control over what you learn, or whether you'll be good enough to be able to learn what it is they're sharing for you, or that somebody else is telling you what to do and you're not comfortable with that. Whatever reason it is for you as individuals, there is a resistance towards this growth, this change that's happening within inside of you, this path of being on this spiritual path. This making the choices to walk on that path rather than the path that you've walked on already, which is your ego path. It does take work. It does take determination. It does take you having to talk yourself into change and away from what you've always done, that comfortable place. It's getting comfortable in the uncomfortable.